some new car prices have now fallen below used cars.
Oh, I've seen some of these ads, nothing down, no interest, this, pretty soon they'll be paying you to come buy a car.
Well, they're giving two for one. Yeah. Some dealerships have done that.
Well, I'm just glad I got my little Prius hybrid when I did. That was before
you have one of those?
Gasoline prices went up. Now they're in short supply.
They were paying a $3,500 premium out here on the West Coast to buy those cars. And I hate to tell you this, but within probably 1 week of the expiration of your warranty, your batteries are going to die, and it's going to cost you $10,000 to replace them.
Yep. I wouldn't doubt that a bit.
That's true.
It's called planned obsolescence.
Yeah. I almost was run over by one of those in the parking lot. I couldn't hear it. You can't hear it.
It still bothers me. I get out to open and shut the gate, and I think, oh, geez, the car died. Because it's just sitting there, but you step on the accelerator and off it goes.
This car came pulling into a space, and I didn't hear it. Couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And now they got, I guess, some tone on them. When they're going slow, it makes a noise.
Gives you a beep.
Something.
Well, don't get me started on technology for technology's sake. It's just every year they come out with some new thing. It's got more gigabytes and more this, more that. And you stop and think, yeah, but what does it actually do? And you realize you don't need it.
That's right. Absolutely. Here's more good news. They did a study on Spam, not the kind you eat. But in fact, a lot of people are eating Spam again. If you think you're getting a lot of Spam these days, well, that's because you are. In Microsoft's latest biannual report on the state of computer security, the company says that in the second half of 2008, 97.3% of all email traffic was unwanted spam. Yeah. 97.3% of all email is unwanted spam.
Yep. And 98% of that comes to me. Speaking of, I guess there's a couple of bills in the Senate right now, 773 and 778, introduced by Jay Rockefeller, known as the Cyber Security Act of 2009. And what they want to do is create a new Office of the National Cyber Security Advisor directly responsible to the president, which should be, of course, President Obama.
Another new bureaucracy.
Oh, yeah. And he would be charged with defending the country from cyber attack, and he would be able to intervene in all Internet networks. So in other words, there goes privacy, there goes everything, and everything on the Internet, it would then be under the control of the White House. I mean, how do we let these guys run stuff like that through? I just don't get it.
Well, I think what's
Larry
happened.
Seltzer, Internet and print news source on technology, says, I don't like the chances of the government improving. I don't like the chances of the government improving this situation by taking it over generally, and I definitely don't like the idea of politicizing this authority by putting in direct control of the president.
Mm-mm. No.
It's absolutely
control.
Incredible.
Farmers are not. Farmers are not going to plant this year. Many of them are going to sit the season out because it's going to cost more to plant than they're going to get for their crops. They know that, so that's going to make food supplies even more critical next fall. They expect another crazy summer. We'll get more flooding and all that.
Never mind H.R. 875.
Well, that'll end.
Which is pretty much that'll take care of the small farmers, and it'll also take care of your local neighborhood gardeners.
Yeah,
it's going to throw so many regulations on them that they just won't even be able to do that. And the next thing you know is not you, but some artist that you put on your site,
David Dees.
Yeah, so dramatically showed armed police handcuffing people who've been out working in their garden. This is absolutely incredible to me because here we are in an economic downturn, to be polite, And, a lot of people, to try to augment their food supply might take to backyard gardening, and now they won't even be able to do that. I mean, are they just getting a chokehold on us or what?
A lot of dairy farmers are talking about walking. They're having trouble, too. And they got, now you mentioned H.R. 875. There's also the NAIS Act, the National Animal Identification Act.
Oh, yeah. They're pushing that big time in Texas.
Have you seen the penalties for not identifying anything that's born on your farm within a couple of weeks or something?
Yeah.
I think you got 30 days, and you could literally get years in prison.
Well, what I love is the fine print. If you look at the fine print, if you're a giant agri-corporation and you've got, 50,000 head of cattle, you only have to tag 1 out of every 10. But if you're a small rancher and you've got 4 cows, you got to tag all 4 of them, and you got to be responsible for them, and you got to report on them, regularly. It's insane. It's just insane. We've just gone insane. What can I say? Maybe we do need those psychotropic drugs.
Terminal madness of the end times. Yeah, well, psychotropic drugs are being prescribed at all-time record levels.
Oh, yeah.
There's
a big article in Time magazine about how now that they're drugging down our military. It's amazing. Thousands of U.S. troops are being given antidepressant drugs to deal with battlefield stress.
I thought they were going to give them meth to keep them hopped up and fighting longer. They get depressed too. They give them both, I guess.
Yeah, give them both, and then they're nuts and active. I don't know. You try to tell people the real news, and they go, well, I didn't hear that on CNN, so it must not be real.
Yeah, the big story, though, the biggest one of the week, about 3 minutes left here, was the revelation, and of course this is old news, but they're just now admitting it, that Russia and China and other unnamed countries have literally gained access to the computers that control the entire electric grid of this country. And in many cases, they have embedded and implanted software in those computer operating systems to allow them to remotely control and potentially shut down the whole shooting match here anytime they want to.
So you're telling me that some general in Beijing can flip a switch and we're out of juice?
That's it.
Absolutely amazing.
All true.
Absolutely amazing. Well, Jeff, before we close off here, I just want to, number one, congratulate you on your new network.
Well, thank you, sir.
And number two, I would kind of hope that you would see if you can get the technology in place where maybe we could take some calls from callers. I think that'd be cool. I'd love to hear what some of the people out there have to say.
We'll do it.
With us, that's great. And if they don't, that's just as great, because if somebody's got a better idea or sees things some different way, I'd certainly like to hear about it.
We have so many fans out there. We'll see if we can work that out soon. I don't take calls, rather preferring to get the most I can from the guests, but it would be good to do once in a while, and that's certainly a very good thing to do, and we'll work on it.
That would be cool.
We will. Cool, huh?
Cool.
Funny how that word lived, died, and then Dr. Frankenstein resuscitated it, and it's back. I think it's a permanent fixture in the language now.
It's true.
It used to be a fad.
I don't know when I picked that up, probably back in my youth, but it's still good. When something's really neat, it's cool.
Yeah, all right. Now, do you have your garden in, by the way, before we say goodbye?
Oh, yeah, I do. In fact, I've got a bunch of Swiss chard that never died. It kept growing like mad even through the winter, and that's great, because I like that chard just as well as I like lettuce. Darker the green, the better. Yep. Thank you, my man. All right, take care. I'll see you, second Wednesday of next month. Yeah, if you're awake. If I'm awake. Okay, all right, you got me. Okay. Take care. Good night, Jim. Adios. Jim Mars and View from Mars. We always have a lot of fun when he's here, and some of us not so much fun, but glad you're along. We'll be back in 21 hours. We'll be at Rense.com in the meantime. Take care of yourselves. Eat good food and think good thoughts. It matters.